The Stiltz Homelift has helped me during the pandemic. Just in a simple way, it's helped me get on with life. So, lockdown, we were vulnerable, so we had to do the 12 weeks, and not leaving the house, I couldn't imagine not having the accessibility to actually get here, there and everywhere in my house where I want to be. So to help me homeschool, train, cook dinner, take washing, the lift has been a massive part. I'd say the lift is ideal for a wheelchair user because of the space you get in it, and there's not many lifts out there where it fits a wheelchair comfortably and looks nice in a house and is quiet. Usually you have to have your hydraulics blocks built outside, and the lift is noisy. The lift here just works off the plug and it's no louder than the dog walking across the floor. So I would say for that reason, why would you not choose a stylish home lift? So it helps me focus in training in the way that literally I get out of my bed, go to my bathroom, get ready, lift, downstairs, out to the gym. So I just have no distractions in the way of I can't get downstairs, everyone's asleep, because I have my own way of getting there. So it just helps me build my own schedule, not no one else's schedule. So for me, that's how it helps me train, because it's my training, not anyone else's training. So mental health and wellbeing is the big question, because I think lockdown has really done a lot in a way of challenging people's minds. So for me, if I needed my own space, because I do suffer from depression and anxiety, and sometimes when my neuropathic pain level was high, I need to take myself away from a loud a loud environment to a quiet one. And everyone knows that when I go upstairs, I will be back downstairs, but just give me an hour, give me time to just kind of, I do some, I use headspace and stuff like that, simmer myself back down and then come back downstairs. Would I be able to do that without the lift? No, because I'd have to ask someone, can you help me upstairs? Or even worse, my bedroom will be downstairs, and who wants a bedroom downstairs in a 2-storey house? So it was quite dangerous before we had the lift, because Pete would either piggyback me up if I was too sore to do the bum shuffle up the stairs. I mean, to actually physically, with no legs, bump yourself up the stairs is hard work. So just before going to bed, I'd have to have a workout. So the risks of it as well, but it just weren't safe. When Pete weren't here and I wanted to go upstairs and I tried doing it myself, I did fall. And stairs don't seem high, but when you're vulnerable and you're sitting at the top of the stairs, you feel so high. It literally feels like you are sitting over a mountain edge, because you haven't got anything to stop you if you do fall. So for me, the risks before the lift were pretty high and quite scary actually. So yeah. I would say family life has improved massively, because they don't just have a mum that's stuck on one level, they have a mum that is now able to chase them around the house for jobs that they don't do. So for them, I think there's benefits and cons for them, because I'm always nagging them about their bedrooms. And just being able to bring a load of washing down on my lap and to put my own washing on in the machine without having to bear the load all on my partner, which is already hard living with someone with a spinal cord injury that was injured while in the relationship, because you weren't made up for that. So for me, family life, the lift brought us all together in a way that I can go up and down on my own. I'm not that reliant on the kids and Pete to get me stuff. I just get it myself if I can. So that's why the lift for me has changed family life. I say for me, the design of the Stiltz lift was the one that drew me to it, because I didn't want something in the house that labelled it a disabled person's house, because there's 3 other people living here who are able-bodied, so I didn't want anything to kind of come in between that. I just wanted your average family home, and I feel like with this lift you can make it disappear, and there's no bulkiness left, there's no big loud squeaky noises coming around the house, and it hasn't it's not changed my house at all. And how they designed and changed all the walls was, to me, I was really, really happy with it. So the design for me is a huge winner, because it's modern and it's grey, and most of the house is kind of grey upstairs, so it really ties in when it goes up. I think the first contact we had with Stiltz was they didn't push us out. They wasn't like the other lift companies that came around here. They didn't. I didn't feel tied into anything. That it wasn't sold. It was just shown, and I think it was such a difference in that part of it. And as for the service, I've only ever had to call them out once, and that's because the electrician blew the plug, so the remote controls just had to be reconnected. So simple, and they came 2 days after I called them. I'd say the benefits are it's easy to get into in a wheelchair. I've got friends that are tetraplegics and they don't have any trouble getting in and out, and some of them have bigger wheels and quite clunky chairs. They still fit in really perfectly. The ramp as well, the ramp isn't so harsh, whereas some lift ramps are really harsh, as well as the door as well. It's so easy that I just reach around and pull it. It's not a heavy door like a lot of lift doors are. I'd recommend Stiltz Homelift as one, as I've said before, it looks good and it was less invasive in the house. 2, because I just seemed, out of all the other lift companies, they were the ones that, I don't know, it felt good to talk to them instead of them just trying to sell us something. It was actually, they were wanting to benefit me, not to benefit them. And then we had my OT from the RFU Injured Players Foundation have a look at it and research it, look at the ins and outs, and she was happy to give it a go. And when she came to see it, she was literally really happy with it, because it's the first time she'd seen a Stiltz Home lift. So now we're normally on the top of the list to kind of recommend Stiltz.